my friend, who's gonna cut all. Well, actually, I really don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure this out. So, talk to me, bro. Like, what is the plan here?
I was just telling Danny, like, I might just, have you kind of do your thing. I do want to keep some of the back, nothing crazy, keep kind of pretty short, and with the top, same thing, not too long, but kind of like a mullet style haircut.
Kind of a mullet style where we could leave a little bit in the back, but like, you thinking like to about like maybe your neckline, you'd want to have it cut?
Yeah, something like that.
This is pretty cool, dude, because like, with this much curl, a mullet could look really good, and you definitely got to cut a good amount off to pull that off, bro.
Go crazy.
And then we'll fade the sides up kind of high to like kind of give you like that, kind of give you that both sides of the look. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because otherwise, if we don't do that, then it's not really going to show as a a cool looking fade. All right, y'all. I want you guys to check out something we're about to use here. We're about to use this wall vapor. Thanks, Sonny.
Hey man, I'm at work.
I love how you do. You're not even doing nothing.
I'm at work.
All right, so check it out. So, wall vapor, Echo Crunch blade. All right, so we're gonna use that on one side. Maybe if you guys want to pick a clipper for the other side, have at it. Pick a clipper, and we will do it. So, first thing I'm gonna do is I want to establish my taper because it's actually gonna be easier this way because this hair is so long that if I part this out right now and I section out a good place to do my taper in, then this is gonna be pretty easy to part off. So like, let's say something like right there would be a pretty good amount of space for me to start with my taper. And I'm gonna cut that right there. So right here, we're just gonna pin this all up and out of my way. And right here, this hair is gonna be real short, real soon. It's time for the grind. That's right. Prime Time 239 says it's time for the grind, and that's what we've been doing over here, guys. We've been giving you guys. I forgot to turn on my real camera. So we are here, and we're gonna do a taper. We're gonna do a huge transformation, and one of the first things that we're gonna start with here is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our parting. I'm gonna make sure I get this pretty close on both sides here. So, remember back in barber school when you guys were complaining about doing long hair on the mannequins? Like, I'm never gonna do long hair. I'm a barber. It'll never happen to me. But guess what? Then somebody like this walks in, and you guys had no idea what you're doing. So that's why I was so hard on some of you guys about learning how to do this stuff. So. First step here, guys, I'm just going to check and make sure my parting is the same. Make sure my parting is the same on both sides. So we're parting from about right here on this side. I try to come up just a tiny bit on this side. Oh, okay, just walked in with my breakfast, lunch, and dinner for today. I had a plan, but like Mike Tyson said, I had a plan to eat, but everybody's got a plan so they can punch in the mouth. 68 people in the room, double tap the middle of the screen. Let me know if you want to shout out, say something. I got you. And we are going to be cutting with the wall vapor, guys.
269, 1526.
1526.
So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to equip the number 2. And I'm going to try coming down with the grain a tiny bit here.
Oh, that's fire.
And let's see what it does. Get you guys situated over here. Hopefully you guys can see pretty good. And you're not in the view of my main camera. Main camera's for the members, guys. I got so many tutorials coming for you. Yeah. Show them the star. I did a star on Kenny. Yesterday we did a star on Kenny. All right, here we go.
Wait, is it scented?
Okay. So I'm just coming down with the grain. I have no idea what the hair is going to do after it's been sitting, super long for, a while. And what I'm going to do here, because we have so much longer hair, like it's kind of nice to be able to do this right from the beginning for somebody because we can get this right away. We got 100 people in the room already. Let's go. Double tap the middle of the screen. Let's get 100 thumbs up already. We got a big transformation. We got a client who's being really cool to come and sit with us and, subject himself to this. So that's a pretty good start, guys. I really like what I see there. And we're gonna jump over to the other side now. He's gonna have a really cool looking fade here. I already know how this is gonna come out. This is gonna look fire. And then it's gonna be kind of about like, how do we manipulate the rest of it? I'll show you guys a bunch of tricks for cutting longer hair like this. So maybe we won't even use scissors. Maybe we'll use a clipper technique to show you how to cut the longer. We know a lot of tricks. So for those of you guys who don't know, I was actually a cosmetologist before I was a barber. And I was pretty comfortable. He said I used to be gay. That's so funny. But I bet you a lot of people probably thought that, but it's kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna knock this all the way down to the number 2. And that's a pretty good start, guys. So the next thing I like to do when I do a taper, especially something like this, I want to just kind of define the area that I'm working in. And I don't mind taking an extra second here to kind of just do the edge up a little bit around this, the ears. I kind of like to just see the area that I plan on working in and cut anything that is not going to be cool or go with the flow for me. It's gone. Gonna make a nice little distinct area to work in around his ears. And that's looking pretty good, guys. That's a good setup. We're in a good setup here. I suppose I'll just keep the camera here. We'll worry about the other side when we get there. But let's see what we want to do as far as the taper goes. Let me see if I can get this in just a little bit tighter. Might not be a bad idea to wet this a little bit.
Where is this box?
Right there. Right down.
Yeah, it's right down the street.
Right down the edge.
It's in the plaza.
Mm-hmm.
Make your reservations now at T. Michael's Steak and Lobster House.
About there. I like that a little bit more, guys. That's going to give me a little bit more room to make my taper pop. And the nice thing about actually putting like a nice distinct area to stop here, his hair is so curly. It's going to cover up that area. It's going to look really good once we're done. So we'll just go ahead and knock this off real quick. Let's hear the crunch, man. Why is the wall vapor crunching like that? That's crazy. All right, so let's start our first guideline in now. I'm gonna try to leave a little bit of the edge up here, and we'll just set a little bit of a kind of a circular guideline in here.
You gotta cut this guy's corner.
We'll set a little bit of a guideline here, kind of in a circular shape. Man, these are cutting close. These are cutting super close. And that's only with it closed. I mean, I gotta be honest, you guys. I've never been a huge fan of this clipper, but with this Echo Crunch blade on here, it's pretty sweet. We'll use a little bit of a smaller blade. This is the Precision to follow up underneath. And then I want a slower running electric shaver because I don't want to wipe out that section entirely. So I'll go ahead, I'll use the Mr. Cartoon electric shaver. This is essentially like a Rebel. Get us all the way down the skin. Does this feel kind of weird on you, bro? Like, I know this probably feels weird, dude, because he ain't felt nothing get cut that short in a while. So now we're going to go back to start our blending process. We're going to go with this to an open taper. And we're just going to actually use a little bit of a trick I use here. We're going to tip this out. This is a little taper trick that I have you moving quick. We're just going to tip that out. And it's going to soften that guideline, and it might even blend it in really good to the rest of our section. So with the teeth out, that's the first step there. And then I'm going to start to lower it. When I start to lower it, that's going to allow the Echo Crunch blade to get all the way down low and actually give us the closest cut possible for the open taper. Now, how easy is that, guys? I didn't even move I didn't even move the lever yet. I didn't even move the lever yet. I mean, that's a pretty clean blend for not having even moved the lever. Next, we're gonna go to our one guard. I'm gonna open it halfway, 2 clicks. And we're just gonna flick up and out.
What about the number 7? Yeah, he hasn't gotten the past 2 weeks. So, oh, Nico. No,
That's blended in pretty good. We got a little residual there. We'll clean that up with our half guard. Or if we have to, we can switch back to one of the other clippers. All right, here we go. We'll go halfway open. 2 clicks open. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Really like what I'm seeing there, guys. I'm going to try to clean up this top little section just a little bit here with my 1.5. And I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer here so you guys can see where we're at. I know that you guys are looking at this through a cell phone camera, and you know it might not look as good as it looks in person. So that's why I'm going to turn my light on and bring you guys in for a closer look, and you guys can see that this actually does look really good. And it's a really easy way to transition into super long hair. Bang. So those of you guys who are like worried about doing scissor work or don't know how to do scissor work, we're here for you, man. We're here for you. We're going to show you an easy way to do this. We got a lot that we're going to cut off. So once we get to that point, I will show you guys a couple of tricks. And it will not take us long to taper the other side either. So now we can use our texturizing shears a little bit. And I'm gonna get in the way of my camera if I do that. I'm gonna try to slide over here. And we're just gonna clean up that a little bit at the very top there. Right there, there's like a little dark patch right there. And that's what I wanna go for, so I gotta find a way to get near it without getting in front of my camera. This would be so easy with regular shears, but I just wanted to show you guys real quick with texturizing shears. You can get it as well. Just take a couple of swipes. That looks good, guys. Well, we got a nice fresh area to do the edge up too. So that's gonna be really cool. And we will do that. While we're at it, let's go ahead and let's edge them up. Thank you, Stephen, for being a member. We really do appreciate that. We got 11 thumbs up with 100 people in the room. Do you think we could do a little better than that? Let's get 100 thumbs up, guys. We got 110 people, 154 people in the room. So maybe 1 out of 3 of you guys just double tap the middle of the screen. That'd be pretty cool. All right. So here we go, guys. We're going to use a little bit of a pivot motion. This middle finger is for those of you who haven't hit the, no, I'm just joking. So we're gonna use a pivot motion with the finger here, and we're gonna just pivot around that nice middle finger. And I really don't wanna dig into his hairline. So I'm just kind of putting down a little bit of a rough guideline first, and then I go back and try to clean it up. I don't really care about making this perfect. I'm going to follow up with the razor afterwards. And this is exactly why, like, a lot of my stuff is not even super zero gap, guys. Like, I literally took that clipper. Somebody sent it to me, actually, but I just pulled it out of the box, started using it. Yesterday, I pulled the clipper directly out of the box, started using it. I don't care about if it's zero gapped or not anymore. I think it's kind of bad advice too for people who are trying to get started. Like they feel like they got to do something to every clipper when you really don't. Where is that box of ghost? I need the ghost razors, guys. I had it on my station yesterday. And I don't know where. All right, whatever. We'll use one of these razors here. And lately I've been kind of enjoying this other razor holder. It's kind of fun using this again. This is a Feather Artist razor holder. And it's designed to kind of be similar to an actual conventional straight razor in the way it's held. So that just pinched the hold. You can use regular blades on this too, guys. So all we're gonna do here Bang. I'm gonna start at the bottom, pull the skin tight, and just use the tip of the razor to kind of help shape my line some. And then, if I get underneath here, I'll pull it down and use the heel of the razor to finish. I do that because I want to pull it against the grain. I'm going to comb all those little hairs down, and if we can, if there's anything that's worth getting, if there's anything that's worth getting left over, I'll go back with. So far, if you guys are enjoying the content, double tap the middle of the screen. But is this how you would have approached this client if you're a barber? If you're a barber, check in with me real quick. Let me know. Do you actually cut hair? You just watching? Are you interested in it? You guys need to let me know. So I got a taper blade on this saber. And a lot of times I like to do this, towards the end of my haircut because you can really get detailed with the taper blade and it's super easy and you're not going to make many mistakes with the taper blade. So, all right. It's a good start. It's a good start to a good day. I need some color. Ooh, I don't know again. Man, we are savagely going through this color, guys. We're gonna grab a little K98. That is the probably one of my favorite to use. It seems like this matches just about every color if you do it right.
Should be here.
And I'm gonna use just a little brush here to paint this in.
A little later, I think.
Find something to pour this in. I got just a random lid. And I'll pour a little bit of color on here. Double tap the middle of the screen if you guys are enjoying the video, guys. We got 29 likes up. There's been a lot of people in this room that only have 29 likes. We don't need a whole lot on the brush here. Just a tiny bit. And then you want to grab a brush that's like a little stiff. And really, I'm just going to try to darken up this area right here.
Chilly right now. It's nice to get in the day, I guess. I got family from New York, so okay, yeah, they think it's hot. They think it's hot.
Yeah.
We see a palm tree.
Reminds me when I first moved here from New York and it was cold like this, we were swimming. Didn't matter. I was up on the beach with my Timberland boots on. And we'll do a little bit right here at the top. I want to color that. Try not to get in the way of the camera. It makes it about 10 times harder to do this, you guys. Close, almost got it. Just got a little bit.
There's a documentary on Netflix, bro. It's about
all the photos you guys are seeing on Instagram, all the really clean looks, clean tapers, everything you see, they don't show you this part because they're afraid to just show you that they did a little bit of color. But me personally, like, I do not care.
from Australia.
So, I just want my client's haircut to be like the freshest looking thing ever. And if his scalp is a little light in some spots, I have no problem doing this. And most of the time when I do this, people come back all the time asking for it.
Yeah, look up Bell.
So I just put a little bit towards the top, and I just darken that section just a tiny bit there.
Let's come back. How about he was like, she wanted me to kill her to end her pain. Even the parents, I can't stand the Lonnie family.
All right, let's bring you guys in for a closer look here. You guys can see, currently we are using K98, which is black. I always pretty much use that. And like I said, guys, most of the time it actually matches almost everybody's hair color. And another little trick you guys can use now would be to take your razor, spray a little bit of aftershave on it. It's an old school trick. And we'll pull down here
Spray a little toilet
Make a
paper
nice
on
straight line.
No, but I had been there for my mother.
it. Feeling that shirt at work?
Thanks, bro. And if you got any more sticking out because you went underneath it with the razor, cut it. All right, I think you guys are ready for like a closer look at the taper. Y'all want to see it? So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna turn on this light, which has hardly any power left in it for some reason, even though I charged it all night. And we're gonna flip you around. And that's what our taper looks like, guys. It's gonna set off when we cut the rest of the hair, but what y'all think about that?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments. You guys like it? And we're gonna hop over to the other side. We'll hop over to the other side here. I'm gonna do a little fixing here. Because once it dried up a little bit, make sure I'm coming from the same spot on both sides, which actually does look really good there in that respect. Pin that back some. And let's do it again. This time, let's use the Jeezy on this side. You guys like to cut, just double tap the middle of the screen. It's a big help. It allows me to keep going live. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start with a fully closed. Click it back once. Appreciate all the thumbs up, man. Thank you guys. Some of y'all are showing some real love. That's great.
I like the thumbs up for you, bro.
I would love to get 100 thumbs up in the live. That's always the goal, man. If we get 100 thumbs up in the live, if we get 100 people that are cool enough to be like, hey, you know, I'll click that like button for you.
Hey, did you hear me?
I don't want to hear you.
No,
Because I highly doubt anything you say
I said I put a mic up, bro.
would really make anybody more better off or more intelligent or anything like that. 34 thumbs up.
That's great.
We're going to keep fighting, guys. We need 66 more. That's a lot. Hopefully we get it. When I show you guys how to deal with this longer hair, I'll show you some tricks because his hair on the top, it is super thick. And it's going to hurt your hand if you're going to use the scissors on it the whole time. So I'll show you guys a couple of tricks here. We're coming in with our Mr. Cartoon shaver. And he did great artwork on both the front and the back. He's also one of the most like world-renowned tattoo artists on the planet. He did 50 Cent's tattoos. He did a lot of the people that you probably watch on you know, whatever, or listen to rather. He did a lot of those people. So 145 people in the room. We're gonna start with this in the open position now. Again, I'm gonna do the same thing. This clipper versus like the wall vapor, it feels so much more powerful. And like, to be honest, I'm already watching the transition occur and I don't think I'm gonna work nowhere near as hard. Look at how easy that was, guys. And that's the little tip. That's the little clipper tipping trick. You do that trick, you're gonna do like, whoa. Because a lot of people think it's scooping out, but it's not scooping out. It's actually sometimes just using the teeth in the right way. We'll go to our number one. 2 clicks open. And if you guys want to see a different clipper, shout it out. Maybe I got one, but you're gonna run out of time because this is not gonna take us very long at all. Look how quick that's coming together. We'll go right up to the top of that line there. I'm just trying to bust that down a little bit. So next, just grab like a comb that'll actually fit up there.
What is that plan for that, bro? Someone will plan it out.
Bro, if you want to go watch an ASMR video, go ahead. And nobody told you to check into my live. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the old me coming out, guys. I promised I wouldn't swipe down at nobody no more.
Wait, what they said? They talk crap?
Don't even start, bro. Somebody's always got something to say. Look how quick that come out, you guys. Look how quick that came out. That's a fast fade right there. That didn't take long at all. So let's go ahead and we will outline the areas because I want to get to cutting the top of this haircut. So the first thing I think I'm gonna do is probably establish like how short he wants to go in the back. He said he wants to take it to about the neckline, and he wants to leave like a good amount of weight in the back. I shouldn't say a good amount, right? But like some weight in the back, basically. He wants to have a mullet, you know, a feeling of a mullet, but he doesn't want to have like a crazy amount of hair there. If I got that right. See if we can get any of these little hairs to behave. All this before 8:18. Is it Arms McGee?
Oh, it is. Look.
Whenever this girl's on TV, we all notice how skinny her arms are.
But Week News made her wear long sleeves because her arms were so skinny and people were calling the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her arms is like deathly skinny.
When you see the other girls,
You can
they
see
all-
bones.
they all have short sleeves.
Yeah.
Well, that's messed up.
It's fucked up.
They said
Well,
keep
say,
your
hey, bitch, you wanna
keep
lick
your
your cow?
skinny ass arms at home.
They're that skinny, like the bone.
I guess. Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Johan, I know how you like him, bro. That girl's way too skinny.
Just give her a perk.
We all like him a little more.
You go down to eat her. Never mind.
Hold up. Chill out.
I'm sorry.
You always gotta
I
take it too far,
first.
bro.
I was like, yeah, I'm like, straight to bone. Fuck the meat.
That was actually pretty good, bro. He said straight to the bone. Screw the meat. Oh my God, this poor girl.
Yeah, look, everybody's showing their arms.
See, look.
What? Oh, yeah.
They got some nice arms.
Nobody else has to wear sleeves but this girl. That's the funny thing, man.
You created the man for that shit.
She should do an arms only fan.
He needs to capitalize on it. Start making a big deal about
She should
her.
capitalize on this.
Start a movement.
Oh, that's
Skinny
funny.
arms.
You help you out with the vending machine, but she get right in.
Yeah. Stick her arm all the way up in that thing. Or one of those.
He said she could stick her arm in a vending machine.
One of the claw machine, man.
Yo, that's pretty hilarious. That'd be hilarious. She got fired for what? Robbing a vending machine at work.
Oh, something funny.
Turns out she's been doing it for years.
Yeah,
And nobody
oh.
noticed. Couldn't even see her arms once they went in there.
She's got a side hustle. You got a vending machine business.
Yeah.
We'll get you a Pepsi.
We got a lot of DUIs.
Yeah, right?
That's what I'm saying. Don't come
They never leave the circus empty-handed.
white girl.
We got the wall vapor here.
There ain't nothing like Shawty.
Yeah, you got what is that? Like 3 rows, right?
It looks like we have somebody weed whacking out front. That's great.
Yeah, I know.
But fade looks good. So that's the important part. All right, y'all. It is time to deal with this top and figure out exactly what it is we're going to do. And what it is we're going to do, I don't completely know. But we're going to figure this out together. So typically, curly hair is going to kind of do what it wants, right? And man, your hair must stay wet forever, bro. Because like, you shampooed it before you got here?
Yeah.
And it's still wet, and that was probably hours ago. And the back is still soaking wet. So this is one thing you're really going to enjoy, having some freedom from. Your hair is going to dry way quicker. All right, man. I'm going to show you guys a little trick. All right, we got our clipper. Let me roll this camera back a little bit, guys. I'm filming on 2 spots. One side's for the members, so you guys are gonna have way better things here. So, all right, we're gonna take our clippers. We're gonna turn them upside down. what's nice about this one is you have the button here, and then we're gonna grab these two fingers and we're gonna grab our comb. And I'm gonna show you guys an easy way to get started with removing this bulk. But first I gotta get the client to be like, okay with how much I'm thinking to take off here in the back. So let's say in the back, let's say we took it to maybe like right here. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Do we got like a rubber band somewhere? I want to give them some. We're gonna start there. It might wind up a little shorter, but also, you know, for mama, we gotta save a little piece. So we'll actually we can grab a pretty good piece here. We're gonna grab for whoever wants it, man. The whole family could get a. You got a lot, you know. The whole family could get a slice. All right. So we got that right there. We got that about right there. I'm gonna pull it back just a little bit, just give myself a tiny bit more room. But right about there, let's just see how the clipper cuts through that. Y'all ready? You wanna come up close? Come up close and personal? Ready? Here we go. You hear it speeding up? Look at that, y'all. Look at that. All right. We're in business, guys. So let's go back to the technique I was showing you. Move you back a little bit so you can see it all. And the technique I was showing you was we want the clipper upside down. We want this 2 fingers here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of, matter of fact, since you guys are watching and I think you're going to get confused if I don't do this, first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to actually part off the section I'm working on. So real quickly, we'll just do a rough section back here. The top, I will just clip quickly up here. We got a lot of hair to deal with, right? But I'm going to make quick work out of it, y'all. This is not going to take very long. So those of you guys who are sitting here thinking like, oh my God, it's going to be so hard to do that. He said the mullet goes strong already, bro. You getting mullet compliments. Those are the best compliments a guy could get. Mullet compliments. All right, here we go. We need to back this camera off because you got a lot of hair. And what we're going to do here is we're going to section this one little bit at a time. I'm going to hold this out to about 90 degrees. We'll see if we can't pick up some of them short hairs that we cut in that previous section. And I'm thinking it will still be curly, it will still be full, but I do not want to have a whole lot of hair here. So probably about right there looks good to me. So I'm going to come up just like this and over, and I've just made my first guideline. So you guys can see approximately how short we made that. And that's it. So now we'll pick up the section beside it, comb it up and out, and you can see your previous section before and cut with it. Look at that. So now our section's that big, right? We'll come over to this side. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing this little clipper trick, which is actually super easy, by the way, like having this in your hands, super easy. So we'll comb that new section into our old section, get it nice and straight, pull it straight out, and we can come with it. I'm trying to not get in your guys' way with my elbows. It's actually really hard to do this and show you at the same time. That is going to be super cool because that's going to make it super curly. I can already see what's happening here. But let's say that you didn't feel super comfortable doing this. And also notice that I could, if I wanted to, I could texturize this section. I'll show you guys real quick. So if I wanted to, I could chip into this just using the teeth and kind of create like a point cut look. But that's stupid on curly hair because it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So I don't like to waste time on things that don't make any difference. And once we get around to this side here, let's go ahead and finish off this section. You see how quick you can do things when you know what you're doing? How easy you can make things on yourself? You know how much more squeezing of the scissor I would have had to have done if I didn't have this technique in my belt? If I didn't have this technique under my belt, I'd have done a lot more squeezing of the scissor. But I could show you with scissors. It doesn't really change a whole lot. I take my scissors, right? pick up my section here. If you want, make it even easier to see. I can look down just a touch like that. I just kind of pin that off real quick. I'll comb this out, see if I got any hair to cut.
They couldn't, bro. There was like a lot of speculations about that shit.
I always felt like
Well, she's no, she's not.
Comb it in half, take half with you, leave half behind. Now I got some good short ones here to pick from. Here, here, straight out.
I don't know.
Now because we've cut horizontally, we're gonna cross check.
Yeah.
Well, we've cut vertically, I should say. We're gonna cross check horizontally. So one of the other first things I'm gonna do before I even do that is I'm gonna just try to have you look down all the way real quick. I'm gonna just try to see if I can get some of this hair under no tension whatsoever to start to look like it's even at the bottom, because that's just curly hair in a nutshell, guys. So try to even it up a little bit, but curly hair is always gonna lay a different way. So now what we could do here is we're gonna cross-check my work. So what we should be seeing here in this cross-check section is we should be seeing maybe a couple little mistakes, but not much. Pretty clean. So hard to do this and show you guys at the same time. This is a good time to add texture if you want. And then what we're gonna wind up doing in this section is gonna be just a tiny bit different. I'm actually using some clip rubber comb, so I'm not worried about that. I wanna shape that. This needs to be a mullet that kind of shapes back a little bit. So I'm gonna shape that with some clip rubber comb. So I'm not too worried about that. But all we're doing here is we're lifting it out horizontally. Look how good that section is. Lift it out horizontally. If there's anything to cut it. I'm not too worried about these two edges right now. That's actually pretty good as far as what I was hoping to accomplish. I'm not seeing anything really wrong. You guys ever see somebody do it like that? Let me know in the comment section. Drop a comment. If you've ever seen anybody use a clipper like that, let me know. But you don't have to use scissors to do these longer haircuts if you don't want to. So now what I'm gonna do here, because I do not want a bunch of hair sticking out on the sides when he styles it, I'm just gonna roughly shape the sides off just a little bit. This does not have to be perfect. I just don't need this sticking out on this side or the other side for him when he goes to style it. That's the beauty of curly hair, guys. You don't cut curly hair to be absolutely perfectly even. You cut curly hair to lay the best that you can. So every day he wakes up, washes its hair, it's gonna do something different. So. That looks good, guys. Let's do the top. So on the top, we wanted to have more movement, right? We want it to look like a pretty cool mullet, but we also still need it to flow back. So two different things we could do here. One of them is we could actually take a section out of it for a second. We're gonna need a stronger clip than that. And this section that we just took down, if I wanted to, I could pick up the hair below and we could continue with that cut the same length all the way to the front. I actually do think that that would work. I don't see any reason why that wouldn't work. So I don't really want to do it like that though. I want to make sure I have total control over what I'm doing here. I do still want it to flow back. So that might mean that I might want to leave the top just a tiny bit longer than what I did in the back. Maybe. Like I said, it's curly hair, so all bets are off. So I'm gonna just kind of do a little bit of a bounce test here. I need to see where his hair is gonna lay. Because I've never cut this hair before. Obviously, he hasn't had a cut like this in I don't know how many years he's been like this long. So it's been a while for him. So for both of us, it's a little bit of a guessing game as far as like what's it gonna do after he washes it, goes home, does his thing. And I don't think, he's not gonna have any trouble getting this to lay down if I cut it right here. That's what I'm looking for. You guys see that little area where the curl starts to bounce? Check this out. You see it's straight, right? I come back, you see the little bounce part. So if I cut that just past that bounce part, it should lay back pretty easy for him. So as long as I'm somewhere past that, like maybe about right here, this is gonna lay back pretty easy. And we'll see how well that ties in this mohawk section to my guide. So it's a little mohawk section coming back. And let's see how it ties into the back. We're just gonna keep moving until we meet our back length. And let's see what that back length, oh, what do you know? It's almost identical. So that tells you right there that length is actually gonna be pretty good on the top. This is gonna be a badass mullet, by the way. I could already see the way it's shaking out. But you might have to become a professional wrestler after this. Because, like, dude, some people with curly mullets, dude, they look pretty badass, dude. Bodyguard, security. I can see you doing a lot of different things with this haircut, bro. All right, so this is what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to move you to this side. You can see a little better, maybe. Try not to get in the way of my other camera. Remember, camera. And here we go. We're going to lift this up. I got way too much in that section. So I'm actually just trying to lift up some of it. I got little short ones right there on this side of my knuckle, right there. And I'm just gonna try to stay really close to that guideline as I work this back. And all I've done now is I made this guide just a tiny bit wider. That's it. I think cutting it half up and half down was probably a good idea for you guys to be able to see. A lot of times if somebody walks in and I'm cutting hair and I'm not filming, I probably wouldn't even have sectioned it that much. But that's just because I got years of experience practicing doing this. And I think it's pretty important that you guys see, where that hair is coming from if you're trying to learn. If you are trying to learn how to be a barber, let me know in the comments, man. I'm curious. Double tap the middle of the screen if you guys are enjoying the haircut. We've had a lot of people in here the whole time. I'd really love to get to 100 likes. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do it. We're hanging out right there about 50 likes. So you guys can see I'm taking this guide straight back. And then once I get that section wider, I can take it down the head or I can jump over to the other side. So double tap the middle of the screen. If you guys are enjoying the free content, we're definitely gonna get demonetized. It is what it is. YouTube will not show this to that many people because I'm just teaching you guys how to do something. And they'd much rather see me like slap an old lady or something. So double tap the middle of the screen. Prevent old ladies.
Get one for it.
He said, prevent old ladies from getting slapped.
I'll call death.
So we still got a pretty big section here, but we're working our way through pretty good. And little by little. So let me see if you guys remember something. So if we are cutting back this way, right? If we're cutting back this way, and what would be our next step? Just a quick little test. What would be our next step? So if I'm cutting horizontally facing this way, I just want to see who's paying attention. If you guys were paying attention to the previous section in the back. And again, don't be afraid to try the exact same technique with a clipper. Face it this way, and then these two fingers right here. And literally, you can do the exact same thing with a clipper quite easily. But either way, I'm still doing the same technique, guys. I'm still cutting it horizontally, regardless if I have a clipper in my hand or I don't. That's super clean. Now, when I go down the sides a little bit, I need to make sure that I got the hair held out straight to 90 degrees. And all that means is that my fingers are gonna be the same shape as the scalp. So if I hold it off here, that's 90 degrees. If I hold it in said Danny McBride, I agree. 195 people in the room. Let's just double tap that thumbs up real quick. I hate to quit begging, man, but once we get to 100, I promise I will not bother you no more. You give me 100 likes, I give you a nice transformation, everybody walks home and they're a winner. Everybody goes home a winner. You guys want to try this technique? Is this something you guys can see yourself trying?
Put air trim on it.
Something you can see yourself becoming comfortable with? Dude, this is coming together, brother. Like, he's gonna have some badass curls on the side. We're gonna have the weight that we want. Some of those stuff was for the members, so let's see here. So right here. So you guys can see what it looks like. I'm coming off the side of the head. Boom. Blending that section in. I'm not worried about anything lower than this right now. Anything that comes into that section gets smoked by the Jeezy clipper. So let's check this section all the way down. All the way down, all the way down. Now we're tying our two sections together. The one we cut in the back and the one we cut in the top. I'm self-taught barber. I feel like I do quite well watching you guys do the longer hair, wetting it. I'm a little nervous about cutting that type of hair. A lot of people are, bro. That's pretty normal. And notice that it was really not a problem to do it with the hair wet. The clipper doesn't struggle at all when the hair is wet. So, you know, I wet it so that I can have a little more control over it to make it a little easier and so that you guys could see a little better. But a lot of times I don't wet it. We're gonna finish up our last section and I'm gonna give you guys a couple little tips on doing this longer of hair. So the first tip here, if you think about what we just did, let's just talk about the ABC method real quick. This is something that I've been talking about for years. But A, cut the top section. And so this guide is super wide and it serves as a good guide to bring into your B section. That's about this section here at the very tip top. Now the B section would be me cruising around the perimeter of the parietal ridge. So that's the B section. Check it on this side too. Oops, sorry. You still had a tangle in there somehow. The B section on this side, coming down. And the B section kind of pretty much encompasses all of the sides here, but it doesn't encompass the back. And the C section was when we pick up the hair from the very back, pretty much the very bottom, the very perimeter of our haircut, which I really can't find anything that needs cutting there. If you're going to do this with clippers, a small clipper like this is pretty priceless. And now, one thing that I was waiting to hear from you guys, we pretty much stood this way and we cut, right? That's cutting horizontal, right? We need to cross check vertically. So I need to make sure that I got all this right and I'll cross check this vertically. And because he's gonna wear his hair back, this might be a good time for me to add a little bit of texture with my shears facing this way, the tips facing this way, because hair pushes hair, and that'll cause it to lay back a little bit easier potentially if his hair was a little straighter. But to be honest, it's probably not gonna have a huge effect on hair that is this curly. Bro, how you feeling under there? How you feeling under there, bro? You hanging in there? We're almost done, dude. We're almost done. We're actually really close. Okay, one of the last things I'm gonna do here as far as like the scissor cut is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to pull this front down a little bit. And I just wanna check and make sure that we don't have anything like super long or super out of whack here. Well, we're slipping on a lot of hair, guys. We are slipping on some hair. But I'll just comb this down, and I just want to see if there's anything that we can, kind of clean up just a little bit here. This doesn't matter. He's never going to wear his hair like this. He's not in the Backstreet Boys. He's not in the Beatles. So he's going to wear his hair back. But at the same time, like I don't want him to like have hair hanging down and see that there's a piece that's super long and it's not cleaned up. Now they're asking me if I'm gonna edge up the front of your hairline, and I will leave that in your hands if you want me to or not. But I also think that the hairline you have is actually pretty damn good.
I think I'll leave it.
I wouldn't do it. That's kind of where I'm going. Like I was gonna leave it in his hands, but like, why would he want to line up the front of his hairline? He's got a really nice hairline, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna cause him to have like a bunch of extra work all the time. And like his hairline's pretty strong. Would it be cool for a photo? Sure. What I could do is I could spray some Kiss Express in it, just to make it look cool. Give you an idea what it would look like if you want. Let's do that. I'll put a little Kiss Express as a perfect opportunity for this, and just show them what it could look like. So, all right, what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna clean up his eyebrows a little bit. Is that cool?
Just the middle.
Yeah, just the middle. You don't want them too like shaped out.
Nah.
So here, wait, I'm gonna move you guys over here so you can see this, because this is kind of a cool little technique here. So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna start right here. Pull it inward just a little bit. Right here. And then like if you have trouble, actually in this case, I'm not really gonna have that much trouble because of the way his eyebrows are shaped. But usually to get into the bridge of the nose, I go with a nice little reverse backhand right there. And that usually will help shape out that section pretty good. He doesn't want them too crazy, so we'll go easy. Next, you got that other spray, Kenny, in that card? Sorry, bro. We just want to see what it looks like here. We don't really we don't want to commit to anything, but if it looks really good, then maybe throws it at. So this is Temptation, Kiss Express, and we want to get an idea of what would it actually look like if it was completely, edged up. And while I'm doing that, you guys, I'm actually gonna throw a little sea salt spray in here. This is just some Dapper Dan's sea salt spray, and it's gonna bring out the curls and cut down the frizz. And let me see like the final look a little better. Just kind of working that in. Just get some of them curls to pop out. All right, let's do it, guys. The Temptation. Appreciate the love. We are 86 likes away. Can we get to 100? We're not too far. We're just gonna see, for the client's sake too, and for my sake, what would it look like if I did give them like an edge up? And right now, like if you did this on somebody, they're like, yo, I really like the way that looks. Like you could literally just follow up underneath and you could clean it up if you want. This product is awesome for this exact use case, guys. Those look pretty clean. This probably looks weird for you, huh?
Yeah.
Because you ain't never seen it? Yeah. Exactly.
Of course. Oblivious. Going over. Yeah. Yo, man. How you doing, man? Everything good?
All right, so now, what I typically almost always do is I use a couple of Q-tips. He said, way better, get the edge up, my guy. That's what, I actually think it looks really cool. But at the same time, you guys got to realize, like, he's the one who's got to deal with this. It's going to grow back, and he's going to have to keep that lined up. I mean, if we were really gentle, if we didn't go too deep at all, probably wouldn't be too bad.
I don't see a reason why you would need to.
What's that? No, in the front, right? I don't think so either, guys. I think this looks really cool. Bro, you look younger, dog. He's taking it in right now. He's taking it in. All right. Do we have a diffuser? Did that go out with the mail? Everything else got stolen. Why not the diffuser? Okay. So, being that we don't have a diffuser, probably because one of them walked out, what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna dry this part because I do want this a little straighter. So I'm just gonna hold this right up to the scalp. And that's gonna straighten out some of that hair in the front, get it to lay down. But I want this to turn into a badass nest of curls in the back. Now I'm gonna hit the cool button. So this is the XL blow dryer. It gets really hot. So we get it really hot, as hot as we feel like the client can take it, and then hit the cool button. That's like the trick to, we need to get this hair up off of the taper so it actually shows the taper, right? So if we were just to leave it hanging down like that, it really wouldn't show all the good work we put in. Keep it moving, man. This thing get hot. Now, I think a little lava clay.
I mean, I've seen it, but it's not like that's.
This is a Johnny B product, lava clay. We use this all the time, but it pretty much looks like this. It's a very soft hold. It's made of mineral oils, so it will not make his skin greasy or anything like that. And actually, once it dries, he won't even really notice it's there. Double tap the middle of the screen, you guys. We're 92. We're 8 likes away from that 100 we were chasing, man. We got to get there. We got to get there. All right, I'm going to break this up. So here we go. We got a little bit right here. Boom. The next customer is here, and I'm just finishing up in perfect time. With enough time to smash that quick sandwich, because it's all I'm going to get today. We're going to be cutting hair the rest of the day. But the best part is we got a great video filmed. Look at how I brought that curl out. And it's kind of take that top down a little bit. Wow, Danny McBride right there, dog. You ever see that show, Eastbound and Down? No. Bro, you gotta watch it, dude. It's so funny. He was in Mexico and he was mad they were speaking Spanish. He goes, "It's Mexico, speak English." He's yelling at these guys. But the whole premise is based on he was a decent pitcher in the major leagues, but he's not really that good anymore. But he still thinks he's famous. He treats everybody like dirt because he thinks he's famous. Okay, y'all ready to come in for the closer look? Y'all ready to come in for the closer look? Because so am I. We're going to get a nice photo out of this. Let me spin them for the ladies. One time for the massage girls. Doing their thing, surviving. Oh, it's funny, yo. You guys are totally not even looking. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna come in for a closer look. You guys ready? We'll use the real thing, the real deal, Holyfield. Turn this on, crank that up. It seems a little ridiculous, right, that I do this every time, but I literally do this every time before a client leaves. I need to make sure that everything I did was super clean. I need to make sure that y'all could see it. Look at them curls, y'all. We did that with a clipper, most of it. We did most of that cut with a clipper. How cool is that, y'all? What y'all think? That's a big transformation, right? Y'all see the photo? Y'all see the thumbnail, how he walked in? That's right, man. Really do appreciate you guys. Come on, 3 more thumbs up. 3 more thumbs up. That's all we need. If you guys liked the cut, you liked what you've seen, get me to that 100. That was the goal. That was the goal, man. That was the goal. We got to get a quick little photo. Hang on, I'll show you guys the photo, too. I think we'll do it from right here. I want both of my lights here in the back. Spin that right over there. And to get that photo, we're gonna use this one more time. This is how I be getting them nice photos, making the fades look super clean. Appreciate all of the love. You guys are throwing mad love my way. Normally I don't get this. I'm used to fighting y'all off with you know. All right, here we go. We're gonna crank this up to a F 2.8. Blur out that background a little bit. Hey man. All right, y'all, check this out. What's the cut? How y'all think? Y'all like it? We ain't got time for no beards. This wasn't even planned, y'all. I had 1 hour. I was actually gonna work for you guys. I had 1 hour. I was gonna do some YouTube stuff before the day started, but now unfortunately the day has started, and my booked in schedule is back to back until 3 o'clock. So shout out to Booked In. You guys can go to bookedin.com/Eddie. Redeem your offer for 3 months off today. For all the tools that you've seen that were not Stylecraft, head over to Fort Worth Barber Supply. Get your wall vapor today. Put an Echo Crunch blade on it today. Use the code Eddie10, save 10%. For all the tools you've seen at Stylecraft, you guys can use my code Eddie, save 15%. We have over 900 videos to learn. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Smash the like button on your way out, and we'll catch you in the next video. We're out. Peace.